to the block and you can shot. Better watch out, cause the cops hot. We shoot shots if you see the eye. You can't ball if you ain't got no hustle. I keep my grind on, fuck the struggle.
What's up, sports fans? It's your man D back. Speak Your Mind Sports Talk. All right, check it out, man. I got an up-and-coming boxer here, Samuel Deroo, fighting out of Bulgaria. Listen, what's up with you, my man, Sam? How you doing today, brother?
Great. I'm
doing just fine. So, just to let everybody know, Samuel's an up-and-coming, I'm going to call you Sam if you don't mind. He's an up-and-coming boxer. So, you guys are not going to see him flooded all around the place. What we want to do on Speak Your Mind Sports Talk is get these guys, look, let's get to know them before the limelights hit them. And so we're going to sit down and talk with Sam today. So my first question for you, Sam, is what got you into boxing? What made you think about, maybe that's something I want to do?
Well, and it was just, I started off just boxing in my backyard with my best friend. And, I immediately fell in love with the sport, and I found that it helped me in stress. Whenever I'd be stressed about school, I could just go to boxing, and it'd be like a relief. And it really started with my into like MMA and discussing, having like little matches, and from there I joined a club, and just from there on, I just took off in a way.
Awesome. So I did notice that you take interest into MMA. Was there ever a time where you kind of thought, should I do MMA or should I do boxing? You know what I mean? Did that ever go through your mind?
100%. Yeah. It's funny because I've only stuck to boxing, but maybe later on I'll change matches as well. I'm so martial arts as well. So no, for now it's mostly boxing. I want to perfect my craft, do well in boxing, and start with some grappling and get in the cage.
Right. Well, I will tell you this because we cover MMA on Speak Your Mind Sports Talk too. Matter of fact, I cover boxing, basketball, and MMA. Mm-hmm. But I will tell you this, but if you do, decide to go there, boxing is definitely a good discipline to take up first. You know what I mean? I would say between boxing and wrestling, because you can kind of, get aware of the striking and timing and everything like that. So that's good to hear. So if you don't mind, how old are you?
Yeah. 15 years old. I turned 15 ago, so still learning. Yeah,
cool. It's the best time to learn, man. A lot of pro boxers get into their career a bit late, and that could cause some issues. Yeah. Like say, Deontay Wilder, he started real late, so the fundamentals of the game, he get a chance to establish. But you starting so early, you get to establish the fundamentals and work from there. So that's excellent.
Even guys like Joshua, who started at like 18. I mean, it's not that late, but you don't have the longest amateur pedigree, so it can affect in some way.
Right. So have you looked at trying to get into or train for the junior or Olympic team in your country where you are now?
Well, and the fun thing is I'm French, so my dad's French and I'm Danish. And right now I live in Bulgaria because my dad had to work. So right now, I'm just attending different tournaments, getting a lot of experience, and then I might or France and a couple to try and join the national team and qualify.
Cool. So let me ask you this, because I'm really interested. You say you're French and Danish, right? You speak English extremely well. So how many languages do you actually speak?
I speak 4 and I understand 6. So
Speak for, and
I'm
that's
moving
terrific.
around. So since I was thank small, my to move every 3 years, 3 or 4 years. So out of many places, and English is almost like my mother tongue. So
And okay, and real quick, just so that everyone knows, Samuel's all the way in Bulgaria right now. So we might catch a little lag, but you guys work with us. We can hear him. It
yeah,
just comes through just a tad bit late, but
mm,
I still appreciate you coming on, bro. So the lag is no problem. I think everybody here is okay
no
with that.
worries. Thank you.
Right, right. All right. So when is your like next upcoming match? Do you have one scheduled, and do you know who the opponent is?
Yeah, I'm participating in the 2000, and I don't know who my opponent is. That typically on the day, so they'll have like almost like they'll like just pick 2 opponents from the same weight category and put them together. And that's, yeah, I'm hoping I get in work for my very that I can from, yeah.
Okay, and as I go onto your page, and everybody go see Sam on Instagram. He's on Instagram, so if you guys are on Instagram, go check him out. But
Hey, thanks
when
so
I
much.
go on, yeah, no problem, bro, no problem. So when I go onto your page, and I've been on there quite a few times, I see sometime in your pastime you spend just kind of shadow boxing and practicing the
Thank
craft.
you.
So yeah, talk to us about that a little bit. What's going through your mind when you
Yeah, popping.
out there and you just kind of
Well, so it's living the boxing. Since I started, I've been so fascinated with MMA, boxing, and whenever I just train or I go to the gym just for like lifting weight, I can't get past just starting to shadow box or do bag or and shadow boxing is a great way of improving your skills, and you can try and eat and head movement, and it's almost like an opponent. I'm not just throwing a jab and just leaving my chin wide open or something like that. So, do the correct moves. And since my coach has always teach techniques like different side steps and different ways of time, like with free time, so that I can implement it in my sparring.
very smart, very smart.
Thank you, man. Thank
And
you.
so let me ask you this, because you're a little younger, and I'm pretty sure that your trainers have talked to you about it. When I was in school, I used to be involved in athletics, but because you're a little younger, they tell you your strengthening and your workout regimen, you got to keep it to a certain level. You don't want to
Yeah.
push it because your muscles are still formulating and everything.
Yeah.
So what type of workout regimen do you have?
Well, personally, actually, I'm more on like the stupid side because I just don't listen to my body. So whenever I'm like exhausted, I still go. But usually it's either 6 or 7 times a week that I work out. I'll just go every day after school and just obviously if I'm tired or if my coach can see I'm tired, he'll let me go less. He won't like push me. And if with the days when I'm tired, we'll just do some pad work, have a bit of fun, and because it's really important not to push your body too much because it can
Right.
lead to like burnouts. And I've had that a few times actually where I've just worked my body completely out of energy. But for my workout regimen, it's typically we do like twice a week strength and conditioning. My coach and even myself, we find it really important that you need to like keep your body fit and strong. And then we do sparring twice a week as well, Wednesdays and Saturdays. And then the other days we'll do some technique work. And that's pretty much my workout regimen. And then sometimes on Sundays I'll just go to the gym with a friend. No
Right.
pressure.
Right. So I see you spend a lot of time. I mean, just listening to your schedule, I see you
Yeah.
spend a lot of time in the craft and you're extremely interested
Yeah.
in it. But what do you do for relaxation and pleasure? What does Sam do for fun? You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, I like in terms of like relaxing, I like just hanging out with friends, going to the movies, and or even just watching like UFC Fight Pass at home. I enjoy that as well. And sleeping, obviously, during the weekends. If I'm really tired, I'll just stay in bed and.
All right, that's cool. So you're not one of those
Yeah.
video game heads, huh?
I mean, I play PlayStation quite a bit
Okay.
with like my best friend. I personally don't have the PS. I have the PS3. But I go over to like my best friend's house and we play UFC, the UFC game, and just different games and have fun.
Right.
Because I don't want to think too much like it's my life and I have to depend on it. I just try and go with it and have fun.
Right. And that's actually a good thing too, because a lot of boxers, per se, Andy Ruiz, as a matter of fact, Andy Ruiz was in the poorhouse. He was almost on his way out the door, and that was his life. So it was boxing or nothing. And I don't think that he had some time. I mean, we all need time for relaxation and kind of. So the position you're in to be able to relax on, that's an awesome thing, bro. And shout out to your parents
amazing
for providing that. So what do you envision in your future, and what class do you plan on going into when you debut?
Well, I'll start with the weight class. Right now, I'm not sure how much that is in pounds. 65 to 68 kilos. I think it's like 155, 160 pounds around that weight category. But in my pro debut, if it will probably be, because I'm growing a lot. I'm like 6 foot something. I think 6 foot. So I'm quite tall for my weight. But I think that as I get older and the more my muscles get trained, I'll just kind of like get bigger and bigger, and maybe I'll heavyweight or light heavyweight or even cruiserweight. So I think those are. But for now, I mean, I'm pretty comfortable at 65 to 68 kilograms. I think that probably this year or next year I'll move one category up. And and I'm sorry, I forgot the first question. What was the?
Well, just the first part of it was just as you come in, what do you envision? Do you envision that title? Do you lay back sometimes and see yourself holding that belt up? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I would love to. That'd be a dream come true. But I don't try and put too much pressure on it because it's very hard.
Right.
I just try and go with it, and I'm interested in like a lot of things. I'm thinking maybe even to get like, because I'm not the most academic student. Like, I'm not like stupid, but I don't get straight A's. So, I might go for like, there's this thing which is like an military education. It's like we get like a degree in the military, and I might do that. I think it could help me out with like just self-discipline and all these things that could then help me in sports. So that's.
Well, that's actually an excellent idea, man. You got a good head on your shoulder. And I will tell you this, with the military, you learn multiple things. It will help you out with your career, but also the discipline factor. Because in the military, they're all about discipline. And you follow the sport of boxing. And so like a lot of these PBC fighters like Tank Davis, Errol Spence, Adrian Broner, the lack of discipline. These guys could have been way above where they actually
100%.
landed. They could be much better fighters, but they lack discipline. So that plan, you have to, go through the military.
Exactly. Yeah. AB could have been one of the greatest ever if he's so talented, and it's a shame, but I mean, he's living the good life right now, so.
And Tank Davis is another one, and it seems like he's taking that path that Adrian Broner took, because his level of talent, I talk about Tank, but I never disrespect his level of talent and the potential that he shows in that ring. But if you don't have the discipline and you don't fight, you know, the opponent to get you better, then you're going to end up where these guys are. But I see you going ahead in the right place there.
Yeah, and I'm trying to like inspire myself by guys like Anthony Joshua, and Floyd Mayweather, who are like Floyd Mayweather. He's a multimillionaire, you know, probably billionaire, I should say even, and he had nothing his whole career, which is, I mean, something I look up to, and it's so hard, you know, when you have everything. Like, why would you wake up super early in the morning and go to sleep completely exhausted when you have that amount of money? But that's what makes him the greatest of all time, in my opinion.
That's exactly right, man. And I really like the place that your head is in, because this can help you in the future. You know what I mean? A lot of these young fighters don't understand the level of dedication that it took in Floyd Mayweather to achieve what he achieved. And just by talking to you, I can tell that you recognize that. Like, he had Googles of money, but yet he still got up and ran every morning. Yet he still kept himself physically fit. Which leads me to my next question for you. What type of plan or the people surrounding you do you have to kind of keep you grounded? Because one of these days, Samuel will get that contract and he will get that money too. What plans do you have to keep you grounded? You know what I mean?
Well, just 100. I have to say it's probably my surroundings. You know, the people I surround myself with. I'm always careful with the people I surround myself with. I've never had like friends that really like do any bad things, because the influence, I mean, it's really important. So I'm always gonna keep good people around me, and I'm never gonna go for yes men in a way. Like, I think that's the most important. It's just keeping good people around you, and you know, just remembering where it all started. You know, it started in some crappy gym in wherever. You know, you got to remember where you came from.
That's excellent, bro. That's so excellent to hear. And you know,
Thank you.
I should hope that a lot of young fighters such as yourself take that mentality, because then we won't have what we're getting in boxing today. You know, boxing, the sport of boxing has all of your sanctioning bodies and promoters, but these fighters themselves can take different steps to make things happen. And the mindset that you have right now, that they must maintain that mindset to take those steps. So I'm really impressed by, you know, your train of thought being so young. And you know, I hope the best for you, and I hope that you stay in focus in line with that. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna I never like to keep you guys too long. We're actually over the limit. I've enjoyed talking to you.
Okay, yeah, you too.
You know, but I just have one more question. Well, I actually have a couple more questions, if you don't mind.
That's fine. Yeah.
Which fighters right now? Which fighters right now? I know you say you like Anthony Joshua and Floyd Mayweather, but when you look at your style of fighting, which fighters right now do you remind yourself of most? You know, the fighters that's fighting now. Your stylistically, which ones are you more similar to?
Well, I'm not at all at their level, but stylistically, maybe guys like Anthony Fowler. He's from England. Maybe who else? Stylistically, I would say. Sorry, I'm sorry. I'm just thinking.
No, take your time. I had to give you a little rough one. Everything else has been easy.
I'm trying to think. Maybe what's his name again? The David Haney, maybe. I think maybe David Haney.
David Haney. Okay. So you do a lot of work with your head movement, keeping the distance, and that's more. Yeah, that's a David Haney style fighter. So
when my opponents come in, I hit them with strong shots, but Yeah, I mean, I'm not at all at their level, so I can't really compare myself to any of them. But stylistically, I would say I'm more similar to a guy like Devin Haney or Anthony Fowler or even Joshua. So.
Gotcha. I got you.
Mm,
Good. That's
but
awesome.
I'm more trying to like compare because I can't have the same style as a guy like Joshua or Wilder because I don't have the same. I'm not at the same weight category. But when I get to heavyweight, well, I can indefinitely choose.
Well, I will tell you this, and a lot of guys, just like you said, you're younger now, so your body's going to grow. You're going to fill out. You'll probably be in a higher weight class. So,
Yeah.
keep doing work on your speed. Keep
Yeah.
doing work on your speed and stamina, because as you
Yeah.
grow, that will give you an extreme advantage. Okay, so that's
Yeah.
just some advice that I have to you. Stay working on your speed and stamina, because a lot of these big guys, that's what they lack. They lack speed and they lack stamina, and that will give you an extreme advantage over those guys.
Yeah.
And so, just the last question, because we were talking about this on your page, and I want you to give this to everyone. Who do you have winning this weekend, Cowboy or Conor McGregor?
Well, every time I think of the fight, I immediately go to McGregor. He said in multiple interviews he's in the best shape he's ever been. He's feeling great. He's even underweight, which is a good sign. And he just seems like much happier and much more zen in a way. Like the last press conference with Khabib, he was all over the place. He was drinking. He was doing all this crazy stuff. And now he just seems so focused on the fight. And I personally would bet my money on McGregor, but you're gonna remember Cowboy is like such an amazing fighter. He has the most wins. He's so active. He's a veteran in the MMA game, and I think that if Cowboy plays it smart, weathers the storm when Conor is hitting him with shots, and can survive the first 2 rounds, I think he has a high chance of winning. So I think it's more of who plays smarter instead of who hits harder or who grapples better.
Right. Yeah, I totally agree with that. Very, very good assessment. I actually picked Conor too, but my concern was the fact that the layoff. In a matter of 3 years, Cowboy has fought 14 fights versus Conor's 2. And he's been 8-6 in those fights, but he had a lot of good names in those fights. Not like he fought a bunch of scrubs. Cowboy is a dog. He's a warrior. And that inactivity, sometimes can kind of
get rusty, yeah.
Right. But when you look at the level of talents they are, Conor's here and Cowboy's there. And so that kind of closes the gap for me because Conor is so talented. I expect fireworks, man. It's going to be great.
Yeah, and I mean, I hope McGregor wins because that opens so many doors for future fights with like Khabib, Kamaru Usman, Masvidal, all these guys. So, but if Cowboy wins, I'll be happy. I would love to see a fight with Kamaru Usman and Cowboy.
Yeah.
Or even like, but the thing is, like, I feel like people are like over exaggerating a bit on Conor McGregor. Like, hasn't won a fight in 4 years. It's just because he only fought one MMA fight in 4 years. It's not like he's lost 10. But obviously, he's gonna be a bit rusty. I think in the beginning it's gonna take him a bit of time to adapt, and I'm predicting like maybe a 2nd round knockout for McGregor.
That's where I'm at.
So,
That's where I'm at.
Yeah.
I think that I'm actually exactly there, and I said 2nd round, and not only this 2nd round, but I think he probably needs the 2nd round because as that fight goes on, 3rd round and past, that actually favors Cowboy.
Yeah, exactly.
Because of stamina, conditioning, and timing in the ring. Actually, the longer the fight stretches out, in my opinion, it favors Cowboy for Ronan.
Exactly.
So
and when I was watching the fight between Nate Diaz and McGregor, the 2nd one, after the 2nd round, I mean, I was like, Conor's gonna potentially lose, and luckily he got that 2nd win, and he managed to get a bit of energy back and fight back, but. If Diaz had gotten him on the ground, like in the 5th round, the last few seconds when he was on the ground with McGregor, he could have submitted him. So I was really nervous for him, but I was happy that Conor won, and that shows that Conor McGregor at his best is, I mean, he's an animal. He's a complete beast. So
for sure. Well, Samuel, I do appreciate you, man, coming to talk to me, and I'm definitely, I'm following you. So after that, once you have that first victory, you return to Speak Your Mind Sports Talk, and we're going to talk about that.
Sounds good.
All right, everybody. Y'all got the man here, Samuel. Keep your eyes peeled for the champion. Peace out, man. So everybody, that's
take care.
I appreciate you, man, and you guys know how I always end this thing. For the love of sports, let's talk about it. Peace.
Shit happens, niggas want me to talk about it. They love gossip, bitches want me to talk about it. It's all over the gram, so I'ma talk about it. You heard what happened? Niggas want me to talk about it. Crazy.